Hey there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. It is Sat Chat time. I hope you're having a great weekend. What a week. This week has been like quite the year. I don't know. It's been full and pretty fun, kind of long. I hope your week is going well. Oh, I do want to let you know before we get any further, because this is the last day of my birthday sale in my Teachable School, so you can get 47% off any class. Use the coupon code HB47. All of that information is in the video description. Now, I had two people say there was no place to put the coupon code in, and I was trying to figure out what was going on there, and I think they were both maybe in the Teachable app. So if something happens and you're buying a class and it's like, I can't see where to put the code in, and it charges you full price, which it's only happened like 2 times, during the sale, just email me and I will refund you the difference. So don't even worry about it. I will take care of you. Just let me know. It's really weird. So I think it's like an app issue, because I was trying to I'm like, that's so weird. Because I can understand like missing the box. That's why I say click add coupon code, and the information is in the video description. But I was like, that's really weird. So, the internet, there's always weird things going on you got to decipher and figure out. And I try to figure it out myself before I open up a support ticket, because it's just so much faster that way. But anyway, that's going on through today. So if you want to grab a class, all of my full-length courses are lifetime access. The only thing that's not lifetime access is Critique Club, because that's a monthly membership. But all my other classes, you buy them once, you have them. So if you know you have time off in January, but you're like completely busy, maybe you run a ice cream parlor and that's your job, and you're like, hey, this is big time in the ice cream parlor industry, I can't be learning how to paint right now. I got you, don't worry. You can get the class on sale, and you can work on it in January when you get your ice cream parlor vacation between all the ice cream parlor conventions. I mean, I know nothing about your industry, but I'm just just thinking about it. Oh, it is so humid. Luckily, we've had a couple of really nice warm days, but unluckily, it is so humid that I was just curling my hair and I'm already looking like a wolf. I'm already looking like I've been in the forest for 3 days, scrounging around and eating berries and weeds and stuff. It's like, whew, I go from sleek and curly to wolfy in a matter of 15 minutes in this humidity, but what the heck. I wanted to wear my hair down because I'm going out tomorrow night, and I'm like, oh, if I fix my hair today, then I don't have to do it again. Because I am a wolf. I am a wolfy, sketchy hobo. So, can't be doing my hair 2 days in a row. No. I did have it pinned up earlier. I should have just left it pinned up. But we're going out with a couple friends tomorrow night, which will be Saturday, which will be tonight for you guys, but I filmed this on Friday. So I'm excited for that. I'll have to redo my hair or pin it up or something, but I was hoping like in the winter I can get a week out of a hairdo. Not so lucky in the summer, but hey, I will not trade it. I love the summer. So this week has been super busy and super fun. Had a great day last week and last Sunday. My college friends came over. We hosted them here. I was a little nerve-wracked getting the house clean and ready. And honestly, they saw the living room, the kitchen, and the garage, and I was like, I cleaned everywhere, just in case somebody wanders into a room. Yeah, I was just like, oh, that wasted cleaning. But it was good. It was good. We had a great time. And there's nothing that motivates you to clean your house like having people over. And it's like, the other thing that motivates you to clean your house is when the kids were little, and if head lice was going around the school and somebody in their classroom had contracted it, then the teachers would call everybody in the classroom and say, just so you know, and then that would set off the power cleaning. I would be taking down curtains and I would be washing everything, I was scrubbing everything down, probably completely overreacting. But yeah, that would be very motivating. And then the other thing that I had to deal with this week that was very motivating in the cleaning motivation scenario was my dog got skunked. And so it's been a really great friend week. So I'll rewind a little bit. My birthday was Monday. That's hence the birthday sale. And the thing, birthdays are weird. There's so much expectation with birthday, you've got to have the best day ever because it's your birthday, you don't want to waste it, so you have so much expectation that, oh, you're going to have an awesome day, it's your birthday, right? So then, no matter what, you do, it's not going to lead up to the expectation of you got to have a really awesome birthday. So like, I love the ordinary days because on an ordinary day, something awesome happens. You're like, whoa, that's totally awesome. I didn't expect that. That's great. You know, your birthday, it's almost like it's very weird. It's a very weird space. And then you start thinking about like your age and like, have you hit the midpoint of your life? Do you have less life to live than you've already lived? And then it sets you down the existential spiral of dread. And so, you know, and I started off my birthday day. Actually, this turned out pretty good though. Maisie had a follow-up because they said she fractured her ankle. Remember I told you about that last week? And so we had her follow up at the orthopedist, which is like the bone specialist doctor, and she's looking at the x-rays that we got done at the urgent care, and they said, I don't think that's a fracture. That looks like a growth plate to me. So what they thought was a fracture was a growth plate, and she's like, and the way I was moving her ankle, she would have been off the bench. She wouldn't have been able to tolerate that. So she's in a walking boot, so now I have 2 pairs of useless crutches in my house because I couldn't use the crutches I already had. No, I'm like, I need professionals, brand new crutches they need to adjust them and teach them how to. Oh yes, and they're like identical to the crutches we already had here that Lila bought on a yard sale once. I don't know why she bought them, but anyway. So we have 2 pairs of crutches. Anybody need to borrow some crutches? Because call me, I got you. I got 2 pairs. 2 of you people could get infirm, and I'm here. I got you each a set of crutches. Oh Lord. So, but anyway, so yay, it wasn't fractured. So that was really good news. That's how I started off my birthday. And it was pretty low key. My son got me a KitchenAid mixer, which I was totally shocked. I think the idea might have come from his girlfriend because last year or the year before, I can't remember, but I taught his girlfriend's mom how to make pizza dough, and she brought her KitchenAid mixer over, and I was like, oh my word, it's so much easier to make dough in here than doing it by hand. And but I didn't think I wanted something on the counter, so I didn't really investigate buying one, but they thought of it and they got me that for my birthday. I was like, oh my gosh, kid, that is really way too expensive for a, 20-year-old to be purchasing, but it's great. Jason got me an Art Comer bag. They sell them at Jerry's out around me. You can look them up. It's like a wheelie bag. You can put a whole French easel in, and then when you stop and you fold it, there's a seat that comes out of it. So that was pretty cool. And my sister replaced my Grumbacher travel art bag that I take everywhere that I've used for like the last 20 years. All the zippers are breaking on it and stuff, and she had one and she gave me hers. It was in like pristine condition, so I was like, sweet. And oh, this is funny. I got a bunch of coffee too, like bags of coffee, because I love coffee as a gift because I love good coffee. And Lila got me some nice coffees, and Maisie she painted this plant pot and it had dirt in it, and she's like, Mama, this is for you for your birthday. I don't remember what I planted. And so I'm gonna have a surprise plant when it's when that comes out. So I think that's kind of funny, and I'm excited about that. Oh, and my mother made me this gorgeous quilt. It's got peonies. It's like a corally pinky watermelon red and teal and black, and it's got butterflies and peonies on it. And then the quilting, the stitching that they do just to attach all the layers together is done in like Mom did it in a butterfly pattern and swirls. It's really pretty, and I put that on the bed. It was so gorgeous. And then the other night I'm like, it's just too hot. I'm gonna take this off because I had it on top of my comforter, and I folded it up and put it on the back of a chair. And then oh gosh, I still have to rewind a little bit. So, okay. So a friend came back to roof down. Oh my gosh, this is such a weird stream of consciousness, but you've been here before, you're used to it. If you haven't been here before, I apologize. And my light's probably too bright because I actually have been using the Jergens Natural Glow, and I still look very pale, and I'm not as pale as I look without light on. It's just too bright. I'm gonna sit back here. So what happened? Okay, so a friend came in from town, from Florida, and so we were chit-chatting online, and I knew the weather was gonna be really good, and I said, hey, why don't we all go to the beach tomorrow, and then you guys will come back here, and we'll have a ping pong / craft night, because everything was already clean. I didn't want to waste a clean house, right? So I'm like, you guys come on over, we're gonna do that. And plus Tracy's back in town, and we all need to like have a good day. And it's an ordinary day, and ordinary days can be anything. Have we learned nothing today? We've learned that ordinary days can be anything. So every day you should wake up, hop out of bed, and be like, what is today gonna bring? I don't know. Let's have some fun. And so we went to the beach, although the beach wasn't really the beach anymore. The beach was like so narrow. We went to this really close one that it was like half a beach of water. It was so high, but we went swimming, so it didn't really matter. And then we came back here and we had a great time. A bunch of friends joined us afterwards, so we had a house full. We're all crafting and having a great time. And then everyone's going to leave, and the last guest to leave lets the dog out. Just like the dog's standing by the door, and the guest thinks, oh, the dog wants to go out. Opens the door, and off the dog goes. My dog cannot be trusted to be outside off a leash because she takes off, and she took off, and she didn't go far because every once in a while I'd hear a jingle jangle and she'd be zooming down the road going the other way. Luckily, we're in a very, very quiet neighborhood. There wasn't a lot of traffic. Could not get that dog to come back to us. So about 1:30, we catch a whiff. We catch a whiff of, actually, I was asleep. My husband catches a whiff of skunk and sees the dog slink up the driveway. And so he's like, oh no, she's been skunked. So he's like, he's been waiting up for the dog to come back because there's no catching her. She's a collie, but she just looks like a greyhound when she's running. She's a short-haired collie. So she is just like, she's so fast. And so Jason gets a hold of her and is trying to figure out where she's been hit by skunk, and he's got the little spray bottle of like peroxide, and so he tries to like hit wherever she's been sprayed and get the baking soda on her, and oh, she was ripe, boy. And so I'm oblivious to this. I am dead to the world. When I go to sleep, I'm out like that. I fall asleep very fast. And the next thing I know, I hear my husband standing in the doorway to the bedroom going, oh, no, no, no. And I just wake up and my hand's on the dog. The dog is in bed with me. And then the aroma hits me. I'm like, oh my God, what is that? Thank God I didn't have the quilt on the bed because she would have gotten that just like skunked. Oh my God, this dog reeked. And I think it was a combination of skunk and whatever dead thing she rolled in. I don't know. It was like a compound of 4 hours of just running free, left to her own devices in the woods. It was so disgusting. And so Jason got her off the bed. The dogs do not sleep with us. We have one dog. It just seems like more sometimes, like Wednesday night. And so then the dog, she went downstairs and I think she ended up sleeping in the garage, but we flipped over furniture, put stuff in furniture so she couldn't hop up, and we got some new chairs and we didn't want her to hop up in the chairs and get them all stinky. But anyway, she went down to the garage because it's cooler, and we just leave the doors open in between. So yesterday morning I got up and I'm like, oh, I need to deal with this. So like I'm trying to go to sleep and the smell is so bad. I can't even cope. And I have a very sensitive nose. I have a very, like sometimes I like question whether I'm having a stroke or not, or I have some brain aneurysm or something. So I'll be like, does anybody else smell that? Can you smell that? I smell burning plastic. What is that? And the last time I was smelling burning plastic intermittently for like a month, and then come to find that our furnace stopped working and there was like some insulation that had burned off, like a wire in the back of the furnace, and nobody else smelled anything. So I have a very sensitive sense of smell. And so yesterday morning I woke up and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to deal with this. And so I made I bought a coffee maker before the kids came home because I'm like, I'm not French pressing several presses of coffee every day. So I bought an electric coffee maker, and so I'll brew it up to like the 6 point. I'll usually have like a big mug, which is, according to the coffee maker, 3 cups of coffee. And then I put the rest in like a mason jar in the fridge for the girls to split. And because they're teenagers, they shouldn't have that much coffee. And I had 2 of my big mugs, which according to the coffee maker is 6 cups of coffee, but I needed every ounce because I needed to de-skunk the dog. But I did find something that worked really well. And it was a recipe on the Humane Society website, and you take 1 quart of hydrogen peroxide, which thank goodness we had it. Jason didn't know we had more peroxide. He thought all we had was a little squirt bottle that you have in the medicine cabinet in case somebody scrapes their hand. You just squirt a little peroxide on it. So I got a quart of peroxide. I got a big dish pan, and I poured that in. 1/4 cup of baking soda, poured that in, and a teaspoon or tablespoon of Dawn. I just squirted it. I didn't measure that. I'm not dirtying a teaspoon. We have enough stuff I have to deal with. I'm not washing one more thing. I was like, we're getting this. And so she was outside. I had her hooked on her run out back, and we have a hose out there. And so I brought that out there, and I just coated her head to tail, and she let me. So she must have just been disgusted with her own stink because it was bad. And the Dawn helped it work in there. So I worked it all through her fur, made sure it was really well coated. And they said don't leave it on too long because it can bleach their fur. She's got light fur anyway. She's got like white belly and chest, and then she's got kind of like golden, kind of like a heathered golden pattern. Anyway. So scrubbed that in really good, and then I rinsed it, kind of wet her down. I shampooed her really well with that. Then I rinsed it all off thoroughly. Then I got the oatmeal gentle puppy shampoo and gave her a really thorough scrub down with that because I didn't want any of the like baking soda or peroxide residue or anything on her because I thought that might make her skin itch or something. So I wanted to get her really, really, really clean. The dog's never been cleaner. She was not crazy about that ordeal, but I think she was relieved, honestly, because it was awful. So then I had to clean the house, but the house was already baseline quite clean from the previous company's coming over, get your crap together, Lindsay cleaning. And so I just, had to go. I went through, I Febrezed everything. There wasn't anything I couldn't tell. I could still smell skunk and I could not tell where it was. So I Febrezed all the fabric, did the lice cleaning, in case, when the teachers call and say, there's lice in the classroom and you just clean every fabric. Yeah, Febrezed everything that she could have possibly stepped or laid on and let that dry, and then vacuum. Oh, and then I also sprinkled baking soda all over the living room rug and the area rug and the doormat, and let that sit for a bit, and then just vacuumed all of that up and did a quick little mop, and yeah, I got it all. I had to wash my comforter, obviously. I Febrezed my comforter, put it outside to dry, then I washed it, and then I hung it out to dry because it was such a nice day. And yeah, there didn't seem to be any smell left there, but yeah, it was just kind of, it was something yesterday. It was gross yet oddly satisfying, because I'm like, I really did something today. You kind of feel good. It's kind of like that good, clean, tired, that well-earned exhaustion that, you get when you're, when you've done a hard thing, Skunking the dog, apparently. But yeah, everything's fine now. Oh, so when I went to bed though, after the dog had jumped on the bed, I took the comforter off and I just threw it on the deck. I'm like, I can't deal. I'm not sleeping in the same room with a skunky blanket, so I threw that out onto the deck, and I'm like, I'm like, is it coming in the vents? What is it? Why does it smell so bad? I was just I felt like my senses were assaulted. I felt like my nose was assaulted. I had trauma. I was smelling skunk where it wasn't even around all day. I was telling the girls, can you guys go in the garage and see if you smell anything? I'm like, can you go over there and smell that? Can you smell that? I'm like, I can't trust my nose. I have nose trauma. I don't know what smells anymore. I had sniff coffee beans and stuff. So when I went back to bed after the dog had jumped on the bed, and I think I was looking for candles, and I was tucking candles under my pillow. I'm asking my husband, do you need a candle? He's like, what are you talking about? What is wrong with you? And I'm sleeping, and I've got a Yankee candle. I think it was one of the fresher ones. And I'm sleeping. I've got this Yankee candle next to my face because it smelled so bad. Oh my God. And I'm maybe it's coming through the air conditioner. Is the air conditioner because I'm where did the skunk spray? Did it spray outside of our bedroom window or something? Why? It was so gross. Oh, so yeah, it's I've got to get fully caffeinated, and then I am tearing this place apart and eradicating every smell I can find. Oh, I'm so grossed out. But that got done, and then I can focus the rest of the day. I'm just la-di-da. I think I don't know, maybe Febreze does something bad to your brain. It kills the brain cells. I don't know, but yeah. So the house is very clean right now. So great time to have people over. The dog doesn't smell anymore, so that's good. And what else is on my list? I don't even know. It's been such a crazy week. Let's see. Oh my gosh, you know what? I think I've talked about pretty much everything here. So this week, another thing that was going on this week. I feel like there's just so many things lately, because I had my class. I launched my class last month, the 30 Days to Better Painting. Some people are actually, the people that bought it right the day that it launched are just now coming to the end. They've done the 30 days. It's so cool to see that growth and to hear their observations of how their skills have improved over the course of a month. And it's just it's very rewarding. Those are those moments as a teacher that you're yes, they get it. It worked for them. It's everything that you envisioned that a course is going to bring somebody has brought that to them. They've built their confidence. They're experimenting with new things. They want to keep that daily streak going, and they're seeing their work, their speed improve, their work level up, and it's just good. That's why I do World Watercolor Month. I got my World Watercolor Month sketchbook right here. I have stuck to doing everything in this one sketchbook, so I'm happy about that. That's been a lot of fun. I did, during the craft night, I did I didn't have my rolled watercolor month done yet because I'd been at the beach all day. So I did for Otherworldly, I did a tardigrade, a water bear. And then on my birthday, I'm like, I'm taking as long as I want to paint a painting, and I did this one right here. So I'm really happy with how that came out. And I started reading that book, and I'm liking it so far, Jeanette Wall's Hang the Moon. And that's totally a sham. I'm not halfway through that book. I haven't even cracked it. But I thought the bookmark would look good there. And I did start The Last Werewolf, but I haven't gone too far. But yeah, the top three are library books, so I gotta put my skates on those and get cracking. Speaking of skates, I saw the cutest commercial. Usually, you know, you ads playing on YouTube and you wander in the other room and do some stuff. This commercial, like, totally drew me in. I don't remember what the commercial was for. It was for some beverage, some, like, I think it's probably like a wine or something, but I think the commercial was kind of based loosely on the Barbie movie, and this woman in the commercial, who was kind of the star of the commercial, who was like, you know, wearing a cute dress. She had this sequin dress with the big sequins, totally gorgeous, but those sequins are awful because if you've ever had clothing with those really big sequins on them, they scratch. They're awful. But anyway, the dress was super cute, but what was the cutest were the silver roller skates she was wearing. And she's wearing these silver roller skates, and she's skating all over the place. She's having her beverage. She's hanging out with her friends. She's, hey, how's it going? Skating on by. Like, I want silver roller skates. Why didn't I hear about it before? I knew about that before my birthday. I would have said I would like some silver roller skates. I don't know if regular people can buy them. It was something bespoke for that commercial, but now I am determined to get some silver roller skates, because my roller skates are utilitarian black speed skates that I had from when I used to work at the roller rink, because when you're on roller skates 8 hours a day, you need to be comfortable, but I want the silver roller skates. There's no roller rinks around right now currently to use them in, but I'm hoping that when the Gen Z kids kind of get to the entrepreneur age, they'll start opening roller rinks back up again, because us Gen X parents brought all their Gen Z kids to the roller rink when they were little, so hopefully they'll have some good vibes and they'll open them back up again, because, you know, I don't see how they went out of style, because it's safer than trampoline parks, and it's great exercise. Anyone can do it, any age. It's a ton of fun. All you need is a flat surface and probably a good insurance policy. And I mean, really, what else do you need? Popsicles? I mean, come on. Roller rink expenses cannot be that bad. I think probably liability insurance is the biggest thing. But silver roller skates, super cute. I hope that commercial pops on during this Sat Chat, and you'll be able to see. It's a beautiful commercial. I will appreciate a beautiful ad. I also like, there's been some really funny ads too that I've really enjoyed. I love those ones that just kind of grab your attention. And you're like, ooh, that's just visually appealing. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of art. Yes, it's selling something, but it's also a beautiful piece of art. So, oh, that was, what was I talking about? I was talking about classes. Yeah, I just feel like it's been a lot. It's between launching that and having the French retreat to mention, and then the sale and my birthday sale, which I do every year, and people will wait for that sale because it's my biggest site-wide sale of the year. And yeah, it just seems like it's been a lot. Oh, and then Amazon Prime Day. So that's the other thing. I could have looked for silver skates. They probably have them because it's Amazon. So Amazon Prime Day was this week, and I do a wrap-up list. Well, I go through and I try to find the good stuff, because the thing that ticks me off about Amazon is that they will, like, they'll mark the prices up prior to Prime Day, like a month before Prime Day or so. So then when they put it on sale, it will say 50% off. You know, it's like, that's like, I can go to Blick and buy that for that price or less right now than your Prime Day deal. So a lot of the deals are not deals. A lot of the stuff is just like the same old junk that's just private labeled and repackaged under a different name constantly. So I will hunt down and find the good stuff that's high quality, stuff I've actually used or stuff I've wanted to try. And the only downside to this is that I will find great deals. It's like, oh, maybe I should be stocking up on this or that, you know, all the prices. So it can kind of backfire a little bit. And I did sign up for Prime. I got like they had ran some specials, and the deal that was offered to me was 1 week for $1.99. And I'm like, well, there's a Nate Bargatze stand-up special I want to see, and so I will sign it up for the week. And I also want to catch up with The Marvelous Miss Maisel, because that show's really funny and I want to watch that. And yeah, so since I had Prime, because I wanted to see all the prices. I want to see what the prices were for Prime members, because sometimes you can't see them unless you are a Prime member. What else? Oh, so I did buy some things, which, yeah. But you know what, three of the things that I bought were things I'm going to review right off the bat, because they were the only things that I recommended that I didn't own because I've had my eye on them. And one was the set of 9 synthetic squirrel quill brushes from Grabby. they're regular $100 and they were on sale for $45. So I grabbed those, and I also grabbed the set of synthetic squirrel Artegia, I think is the name. They've been on Amazon for a couple of years. They have really great reviews, and they went on sale last year for Prime Day. I didn't get them, and so then once I see a lower price, I'm like, well, I'm not paying $25 for that one. I know it's going to go on sale for $20. I will wait a year. I will wait a year. And I did. My patience paid off, and I bought those. And then they just had 2 quills, and I'm like, I'm going to buy those too because I love a synthetic quill. I think the technology in synthetic brushes have gotten so good that there's really no need to buy real fur brushes and support that industry that can be, it's cruel. It's they're either killing the animals for the brushes, or it's a byproduct from the fur industry. And those animals are not used for meat. They're just there for the fur. And it takes a lot of, and they go through a lot of animals to do that. Versus like a hog brush, which is like a byproduct, or gelatin sizing, or ox gall, things like that. Like, they're not killing the animals for those. They're just using up the scraps, basically left over from the meat industry. Nothing's perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not telling you how to live your life. You do whatever you want to do. We all have our own lines in the sand. But anyway, I think for the expense, synthetic brushes are less expensive, and now their performance-wise have been getting so good. So I'm hoping that these brushes are going to perform. I will review those right off the bat because I did recommend them, and I want people to have a chance to see what I think of them before they decide whether they're going to keep them or not. I think they're going to be really good. Just from what I've seen and the reviews that are online, I think they're going to be really good. But I will review them first in case you want to wait to use them, in case you want to return them, but if you bought them. But other than that, it's all stuff that I have reviews on and I recommended. So I felt like there was some pretty decent stuff on Prime Day. There was a lot of the same old crap, but yeah, there was some pretty good stuff. I also bought some waterproof sticker paper that's inkjet printable because I'm thinking I might make some stickers and then cut them with my Scan and Cut, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I'm going to have stickers. I'll stick them on things, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll sell some sticker packs. Who can say? I don't know. But I've been intrigued by that for a while, and it's been in my save for later cart, and it went on sale for Prime Day. So I didn't recommend that one because I don't know if it's good. It's kind of more of like an off-sea thing that I was curious to try, but it's not that expensive on a regular day anyway, so I didn't think it was really worth mentioning, especially not having used it. But yeah, it just seems like it's been a lot going on, but it's been good. It's been good stuff. Once I got past my existential doom of turning 47. But, you know, there's still a chance that I still have over half of my life to live, you know? Yeah, such a weird one. It's like when I think of my watercolor palettes, it's like, am I going to live long enough to use all of that? You know? The deep thoughts. I used to think about that too. Like, I remember riding on the bus to school, and my parents had me go to like vacation Bible school in the summer and Sunday school occasionally, and I wasn't quite buying what the pastor was laying down, and I'm like, really, we're gonna go up in the sky? I don't know about that, you know. And so I'm thinking about what is after this? What is life? You know, my tiny little 7-year-old brain or whatever is like, I don't know. Is this it? Is this what we're doing here? This is what we do with our lives. We go to school, and this is it. You know, I was just like, oh, so morbid. I guess I still am a little bit, but. Anyway, I gotta get ready for my Michael's class that I'm teaching right after this. Of course, that would be yesterday. This is past Lindsay, and future you and present me will be in the comments chit-chatting with you today. So I hope you'll leave one, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting. Happy crafting, yes. Bye!